I want to get into the actual nuts and bolts of the investigation itself, because remember, the Aam Aadmi Party has persistently claimed that there is nothing in this investigation and that it is purely fueled by vendetta. Here's a very interesting thing that we're hearing from our sources and our reporters about what happens next. Is there heat on second-rung leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party, Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj, both MLAs and both ministers in the Delhi government? India Today's reporters tell us that Kejriwal has called his own party leaders confused while being questioned. And Kejriwal has said that co-accused Vijay Nair did not report to him as the Delhi Chief Minister, but to Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj. Now remember, these are claims by the investigating agency. They say that Kejriwal has claimed interaction with accused Vijay Nair has always been very limited. He says accused Vijay Nair acted as a middleman with the South group. That last bit is what the Enforcement Directorate is claiming, not Arvind Kejriwal. These are claims from within the Enforcement Directorate. I want to bring in India Today's Munish Pandey in on that. He's been breaking all the big developments as far as this case is concerned, consistently and without exception. Munish, am I wrong in reading this as Arvind Kejriwal attempting to distance himself from that Vijay Nair link in some way? And could this increase the heat on Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj, Munish?
Well, Shiv, as far as Vijay Nair and Arvind Kejriwal is concerned, to give some perspective, let me tell you that almost a year back, the Enforcement Directorate filed a charge sheet in this case, claiming that Arvind Kejriwal did speak to one of the accused called Samir Mahendru. And in that telephonic conversation, Arvind Kejriwal said that Vijay Nair is my boy, you can trust him. From last 1 year, there was no counter from the Aam Aadmi Party or, for that matter, Arvind Kejriwal, because there were several media interactions, there were several press conferences, but there was no counter on the allegations made by the Enforcement Directorate as far as Vijay Nair is concerned. But, when the case was being heard today, before the court, the Enforcement Directorate told the court that when he was asked, when Arvind Kejriwal asked about his association with Vijay Nair, Arvind Kejriwal replied saying that Vijay Nair is someone who was reporting to Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj and not to me. And now when you are saying this, there is a high possibility that in future, Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj might be called for questioning also. So there's a high possibility that the investigation now is moving in a direction where the second-rung leaders of Aam Aadmi Party may be called in for questioning. They will be asked about their association with Vijay Nair, and high possibility about Atishi also, because she was also handling the Goa elections.
Okay, so this is clearly an escalation mode from both sides. The Aam Aadmi Party also planning to politically escalate, but there is a possibility now that in the investigation, Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj, both Delhi MLAs of the Aam Aadmi Party and ministers, could also be summoned for questioning. I'm going to go to Srishti Ojha in just a moment, but before that I wanted to play out a soundbite, because the BJP claims Arvind Kejriwal has thrown Atishi and Saurabh under the bus, or at least sort of distanced himself from that direct link, so that one of them doesn't become the Chief Minister of Delhi after Kejriwal is jailed. I want to be very, very specific and clear that these are claims that are being made by the investigating agencies. This is not first-hand. Listen in.
अरविंद केजरीवाल जी राजनीति में किसी को सामने नहीं आने देते। अब वो आतिशी जी को और सौरभ भारद्वाज को फंसाने जा रहे हैं, क्योंकि वो जानते हैं अगर वो बाहर रहेंगे वो मुख्यमंत्री बन जाएंगे, अरविंद केजरीवाल जेल में रह जाएंगे। इसलिए ये अरविंद केजरीवाल जी जो आज सनसनीखेज खुलासा किया है, एक बात स्पष्ट हो गई है कि शराब में घोटाला हुआ। अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ने मना नहीं किया, उन्होंने ये कहा कि पैसे का लेन देन आतिशी और सौरभ भारद्वाज को पता है, मुझे नहीं पता इन्होंने कितने पैसे लिए, कैसे लिए और कहां खर्च किए। सो एक बात स्पष्ट हो गया है, घोटाला शराब का हुआ था।
I'm going to come back to the Saurabh Bharadwaj Atishi angle in just a moment, but I want to bring in India Today's legal correspondent, Srishti Ojha, who was at the Rouse Avenue court, the court that has granted this judicial remand. Srishti, over the next 2 weeks till April the 15th, are there any other legal remedies that the Aam Aadmi Party can exercise, or are they thinking of what they can do in case the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi recommends President's rule? What are the legal options?
Well, Shiv, as far as Arvind Kejriwal's judicial custody is concerned, usually when the probe agencies choose to seek judicial custody over police custody, it's usually seen as some sort of a relief, at least because you're not under the custody of the investigating agency itself. You're at least under the custody of the magistrate. But in this particular case, why it might not be as big a relief, Arvind Kejriwal, is because the ED has clearly stated in front of court that they will be seeking further police custody. ED has clarified that even though they're not seeking even though they've only sought judicial custody for Arvind Kejriwal today, does not mean that they would not ask for him to be in their custody in the future. Depending on how the investigation proceeds, there is a possibility. In fact, they also tried to defend why and justify why ED might need his custody in the future. According to ED, Arvind Kejriwal has been totally non-cooperative. He has in fact tried to deliberately mislead the investigation, according to ED. He's tried to deflect his answers. He's not shared passwords of the digital devices which are important for the ED to get the evidence that they need, evidence related to the case. So according to them, considering he's not cooperated, ED will eventually need police custody. But as of now, since Arvind Kejriwal has been sent to judicial custody, there is a scope of relief in a way where he can seek bail. But we're talking about the Prevention of Money Laundering Act here. Even the other two Aam Aadmi Party leaders, Manish Sisodia, who was arrested in Feb last year, and Sanjay Singh, who was arrested in October last year, both of them have not been able to get bail from any of the courts, right from lower court till the Supreme Court. Manish Sisodia's bail was rejected. He's again applied for bail before Delhi's trial court. So getting bail in this matter, considering it's a money laundering case, will be very difficult, but it's definitely one of the options that is available for Arvind Kejriwal now, which is also something that is likely to happen. He can apply for bail and seek bail. As of now, he's been sent to 14 days judicial custody, and all the applications that he filed seeking the books that he needs or the home cooked food, all his applications and requests have been allowed by the court as of now. Back to you.
Okay.